In
Mm.
in a sort of continuous ERP model, what would you say breaks first? The technology or the organization's ability to absorb change? And on that, why do so many businesses struggle to connect system change to real user behavior?
Yeah, but I think there is maybe two dimensions to that. I think one is, of course, the larger you are, the more complex it is let's say, roll back features. You deployed it. How do I make sure everyone is aware of it? So say, and these things. And then I think definitely it is then less is more, and people like, okay, I slow down, I build it, and then I make sure it is working, is one of, let's say, a practical approach a lot of people are doing. But also another part, and I think that's why I see this two dimension. One is how complex is my organization, both in terms of size or structure. The other one, how complex is my landscape? Is it crossing multiple platforms, different technologies, and how well do we understand them, and can that connection, if I do this, how does it affect the process? Because RLB is usually still a ticket. We try to go in and we try to write some sort of specification documents, and we still talk this, okay, I'm going to change this table, I'm going to change this view, and then you forgot where in the process is it used, and then you try, okay, we need to talk to someone in the business, and then you're back to that kind of understanding the process impact of.
I mean, you've kind of given a great sort of understanding or example how Simplicit could assist people and that impact it has, obviously, on the people to understand and manage it in practice.
Yeah, that was our intention, and I think the key part was maybe to tie all of these competences, like if you are a release manager, or if you are a developer, or if you're a business person, they will never understand each other. Then try to give them the information they need in their own language, but then at the same time tying it together.
100%. I mean, that is so important. And if ERP is now, a continuous cycle, how should organizations rethink their architecture and operating model to maintain visibility, coordination, and control?
Yeah, of course, I'm biased to the process part and simplicity, but I think but I think ultimately when you choose something to improve, it is usually some process you're trying to improve. So therefore, having that process mindset or process architecture, regardless of simplicity or not, and tying your requirement, your testing, your training towards processes and the roles, then you are in a good spot. So say, if you keep having separate ticketing systems, separate model learning systems, separate process systems, then you are in for an administration headache, and it will be mismatched.
So the main thing would be that architecture that's maybe a little bit more harmonized in a way.
Yeah. And of course, it's kind of like, as long as you can, and sometimes you put together more teams across disciplines. But if you can kind of, okay, regardless of documentation structure, as long as you have a business representative and the different roles together, because I mean, if you have too many walls or too many steps from the person changing the system, the person working in it, then it's going to be the whispers game, and it's going to be diluted.